وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج رؤيتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات قصة نجاح أتتنا من الهند إلى الإمارات منذ 25 عام. مدام روبا, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
Thank you so much for calling out to me.
We would like to know about yourself. Who's Madame Roba when she came to this country at the first time and what she's doing at this moment?
Okay, let me just go back. I'm from a place called Valsad in Gujarat, and that's where I did all my schooling, college, everything. I've done my MBA in finance. After that, worked in Sibatur. Then after I got married, I moved to Dubai. So this was my all glitz and glamour when I landed. It was Global Village time when I landed, so it was a beautiful evening that I landed. I've been working throughout in Dubai. Like I began from working for a pharmaceutical company. Then I moved on to fiber reinforced plastic company. There also I was taking care of accounts and management. Slowly I just took a break in 2014 maybe. After working for 20 years almost, I said, okay, now let me take some break, be with my kids, take care of them. Since he was moving to I have a son who was at that time 19, and I have a daughter at that time 16. So since they were moving to college, I thought let me give them 1 or 2 years just to be with them.
Let's go back for 25 years back when you come to this country at the first time. It was a shock to you, it was difficult to you to be between more than 200 different nationalities, or you find it normal?
Actually speaking, it was a bit of a shock. Like you had so many people from different countries.
Yes.
And even, talking to an Emirati was also a bit difficult because they used to talk very fast in Arabic, and we will be like, oh God, what happened? And we'll be slowly trying to understand what they are trying to say. And then afterwards, when you started working, you had mixed nationality as your colleagues. You had an Egyptian person and Palestinian person. Then, then you start understanding people, a European. Okay, these are how different people behave. They have different cultures. So slowly you try and understand everything.
We start our career in UAE until 2014, so we make a break or we stop to let our son to finish his education, right?
That's true.
So
because you won't believe, after he was born, right from the 56th day, I have been working. I just took 56 days break for delivery and being with him, and then immediately I started. So I had that in my mind. No, I need to spend some more time with him before he just flies away the nest. I need to spend that 1 or 2 years just to be full time behind him. I'll say it like that.
After 4 years, we just sit with the husband and we are healthy, we don't eat ice cream, and we get the idea from a chance or by a mistake, you can say it. How you get this idea to open this business?
See, I will put it like this. It was actually an evening on 26th December. I remember the date very clearly. 2014 maybe, and we had finished our dinner, and my husband's friend, he said, come, I will take you to a kulfi shop. They sell authentic Indian kulfis. I said, no, 26th December, it's evening 11:30, it's very cold, I cannot eat something cold, and I am a bit allergic to the cold things, so I avoid evening cold. I said, not for me, for everybody, please buy, not for me. I will just taste a little. And you won't believe, I just ended up that whole piece of kulfi by myself. So my husband didn't get any. So then we had to go back to the shop and pick up another one for him. And then we enjoyed. The thing that struck me the most for this particular Kulfilicious kulfi was, it reminded me of me being in Valsad, eating my kulfi from my local guy who used to make. So it had that creaminess, it had the freshness and creaminess was just perfect.
Yes.
So all that was like, it reminded me back home in Valsad.
May we open our branch, the first one, right?
May we started the processing of how to go about setting up a company. We opened the branch in Mutina on the 16th of August, 2018. That we took franchisee from Kulfilicious, and that was in 2018.
And did you find the people accept your product? They know your product, or you have to advertise it from the first day you open?
Many people knew about it, but many did not. There is if you look at Kulfilicious and Kulfi, the North Indians know about it very well, but the South Indians, the people from India, and the people belonging to other nationalities like Filipinas, then you have the Europeans, then the Jordanians and Palestinians, they don't know much about our product. So yes, we have to do an advertisement with them. So we have to go across to them through Instagram, social media posts, and even through a radio we had an interview. So all that we tried doing, and yes, slowly it picks up.
We would like to know about this product. Tell me, what is the material?
Now the Kulfilicious kulfis are all made locally here in Dubai. They are made in our Barsha outlet from local milk that is sourced here, made in UAE. And we also have all ingredients that go into kulfis, like the pistachios. Everything is very freshly made, and it is preservative free. So you can rest assured you are taking a perfect product which does not have any additive, any preservative, any chemicals. It's all fresh. So that freshness is what I would like to tell everybody. Go for Kulfilicious. Go for the Kulfilicious. You taste it and you will know it, this is the right product.
And what we can say for the healthy people?
Okay, for healthy people, we have two options. We have something called Choco sugar-free and a Malai sugar-free. So we use those options so that people who are very conscious of their sugar content, they can go for this.
And they can order it online, or they have to come here?
No, we have online partners with Zomato. We have online partners with Talabat. And we also have with Careem and Deliveroo. So they just can do the online ordering. And since about a month, we started our own online platform. So that is kulfilicious.com, and then go to ordering. So each of the outlets, you can just, anywhere in Dubai, it's connected. It goes into the system and you can get it directly.
Dubai business, always they have meetings, so there is activity, there is an event also. And this event, sometimes the people, they're asking for catering. Do you have these services?
Yes, we do cater for, say, the events that happen, that is the business events. Then we have catering for the weddings, and then, some small other just small parties that you have, we have a catering system. So you have a food truck. We can have it in two ways. One is a food truck comes and we have our tuk-tuk. We take the tuk-tuk and then we keep the food there, and it is there. Currently we have an outlet in Global Village. We have opened up. So there are 3 food trucks in Global Village with a huge Kulfilicious brand written there. It's a yellow colored bright one. So one is right at the entrance. So please, everybody go and visit.
And how many persons we can cover for the events, for maximum people?
We can cover from say 100 people to 2,000, 4,000 people. We have had, Dandiya event, which was like 4,000 people were there, and we just covered all of them. Like, it was a real fun.
To be in the business in UAE, so we have to know that we are in the big challenge, right? Many challenges you have in the market. So how you can be special between your challenges? What the difference between you and the other people in the market?
No, see, that is what I say. When I talk about Kulfilicious Kulfi, it's locally made, it's fresh, and my USP is it's like no preservative. We have other products who are competing with us, but most of the products are coming from India. So there has to be, because it has to have a shelf life of say 6 months, so it has to be having preservatives. For me, our products only 1 month shelf life, and it is fresh. We just finish it before it even.
And the taste will never change, huh?
Taste will never change. You have to taste it to really fall in love with it.
After 1 year and a few months, we opened our second branch, right?
That's true.
And Corona coming.
Yes.
What's happened with Corona?
Don't ask about Corona. It was the most challenging period of us. You know, when the Corona came, then there was lockdown, then there was the shops were closed, but we were allowed to keep it open because we are into the delivery business of food. So it was that April was really, really tough. May was even tougher, and slowly things started opening up. We did have, each day was a challenge, let me tell you. My employees have been, they have been really good. They have been so good, they have been helping us. They are facing challenge, we are facing challenge, and together we have, crossed these 5-6 months.
Yes.
And even our franchisors have been really good. They also have been, everybody has, I think, faced challenges during, and it's the best that has come out from everybody, I would say. We have had occasions when it was very difficult to continue. We have had, to take some decisions. Then we'll continue doing it further. Let's take it later, We take 1 day at a time, 1 month at a time. That's how we have been progressing.
Before you came, I was here and I talked to one of your employees. I asked her about you and she said about the relation that is strong and she liked you so much. So this employee who started working with us from the first of this year and he keeps stay even if we close and during Corona. So you don't stop any one of your employees during Corona when they told you close?
Yeah, actually that is true. When we had thought, okay, we'll close, then we said, no, where will my employees go? And there are no flights to take off. I said, no, somehow we will just bear it and we will go forward.
Yeah,
so there was that thing in my mind, I have to do something. I have to continue. I have to take care. Because all these guys who are dependent on us, they have come to us, they are working for us, they are dependent on us. I just cannot leave them. And yes, they also understood, they also have had their very tough days. So it was together, we just all together, we the employees and my franchise all together, we sailed across this very difficult period.
So this is your second family?
Oh yes, definitely. When I say my prayers, I actually say, let my family be good. I say, all back home also, everybody should be good. And here we go, my family here, the Kulfilicious, they should be fine. I keep calling them, okay, are you taking care of all your health issues? Are you taking care of sanitizing, hand wash? Keep reminding them. So that, because end of the day, you suddenly forget. This Corona is like, it is invisible. If it was somewhere, you get hurt, it's visible, But this Corona is invisible. So, today no problem, nothing happened. You get into that slack mode, which is very wrong. So we have to keep reminding, take care, take care, take care. And yes, we have been, by God's grace, we have been touch wood.
Future plan, where we go?
Future plan, more option, we have to stabilize these 2 outlets at the moment. We have Global Village coming up. Then we have Vox, we should come up in Dera City Center or wherever Vox is. So let's see, more plans, more offices, more shops, more number of people to take care.
In the back there is a guy, he supports Madame Roba, a husband.
Oh yes,
Shankar.
Shankar.
For this husband.
About my husband Shankar, I should say that he has been the most supportive person I have found. Like we have, it's been a long journey. We'll be finishing next year almost 25 years of togetherness, and we have been a team, I would say. He has always supported me whenever I required, as even in the younger days when he will take care of my kids if I am working, and he comes home early or he has a split shift, then he takes care, then I go and I come back. So things like that, which I don't think I would have achieved even come till here if not for the support of him and my family, my parents and my in-laws. Without that, I wouldn't have come here.
Before this interview, you asked why you choose me, right?
Yes.
So you answer yourself. So when you pass to be a mother of the engineer and being his master, and when you be a wife or a husband that supported, and when you be a leader of the company that it passed and it's number one now for this project. And number one is remind us for Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the leader of Dubai, the one who write in his book My Vision about the leading, and he say it's hard to be number one, but the hardest to stay on the same level. Madam Rubahawi can be always at the top and you never go and step back in your life.
I can only say one thing. If we have to be on the top, we need to motivate ourselves on a daily basis. Like there are days, especially during this COVID, when we just want to, no, I want to just give up. But then no, you have to be positive. You have to find that something new will come, something better will come. And another thing that I want to bring now, like being a mother for my son and my daughter, they are such loving children, they also prop me up. When I am a little down, they will immediately say, Mama, we love you too much. And then, you feel all positive. When I think of the company and when I think of like how next, what to do next, my mind is always thinking, okay, now which is the next event that will come that will give me a little extra sale, or there is another marketing tool that needs to be done, maybe an advertising or some meeting bloggers, or we have events where we can go and meet people and increase the database and sales can increase. That is always there at the back of the mind. And the third thing that I have found here, especially in Dubai, is we always have the blessings of our elders. And in elders, yes, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, always his blessings are there. And you always feel, okay, you're protected, you have the police. It's very safe. And for an entrepreneur, for a lady entrepreneur, safety is the topmost. Even at the, I have been working in this field where we are up till 2 o'clock in the morning. So I will be coming in and out of the shop at 2 in the night or 2:30. It's fine. Initially you might feel, am I doing right, roaming around in the night at 2. But once you're in the car and you feel so safe, it's fine. You are working, you're coming back from work, and it's perfect, You're going for an event, you're coming back late in the night from the event. There is the security, there is the police security roaming around, and they do step in whenever you are in need of them. So it's thanks to the environment that we have, thanks to Sheikh Mohammed, that he has created an environment where everybody can exist together. Like there is everything, coexistence that happens.
And from our side, we say to you, thank you very much for spending your time with our team, and welcome again, our brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you.